So, what are we making today?
We're making carrot cake, my mommy's favorite cake.
All right, what we got?
We got half cup of olive oil. I'm using olive oil. I don't have vegetable oil, but you can use vegetable oil or you can use margarine. Just melt the margarine. 4 eggs, 3 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. 2 cups of sugar, no, 1.5 cup of sugar, my bad, 1.5 cup of sugar, and 2 cups of flour. And here I have my carrots. I started grating some, and I use this fine grate on the grater because I like this one instead of using this side, which is much bigger. And this is 1 cup of pecans. This is the nuts that I prefer to add in. You can add in whichever nuts you prefer, whichever nuts you would like to use. That's all. I'll put my liquid ingredients together, which is going to be my half cup of olive oil. I'm going to add my vanilla in. Then I'm going to break my eggs one at a time and add it in. So that's 1 egg. 2 eggs. 3rd egg. And I'm going to blend those all together. Okay, that is all mixed in, and now I'm just going to sieve all my dry ingredients together, which is my 2 cups of flour. Need to sieve that. And my 1.5 cup of sugar, my 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, my pinch of salt, my baking powder, and my baking soda. Baking soda. Okay. I'm just going to use my finger this one to press down whatever is there. See how these won't go through because the particles are like they're too big, and I'm like they are too big. So I just don't put those in. I'm just swirling it around because I'm going to take and add this to my wet ingredients, a little at a time. I'll do it in like 2.5 portions. Scrape down the sides as you go along. Get everything in, so make sure you know you're mixing everything properly. Add some more flour. Okay, I just cleaned off my spoons, so that's why I turned it higher and I lifted up above the batter. So here at this part of it, I'm going to use a wooden spoon when I add the rest of my dry ingredients, because it becomes a little thick that is going to strain the machine. So I just do it by hand. And as usual, you know, I clean down the sides as I go along. Okay, that's all. It's all mixed in. Set this aside for now, and I'm going to continue grating my carrots. Grate my carrots. You want to have at least 3 or 4 cups of grated carrots. And if you're left with any, you know, you could easily just add that to your next meal that you make. Or make a little juice, blend it up with some cucumbers and ginger, and voila, you got a carrot, cucumber, ginger juice to go with your cake. So I can't tell you exactly how much carrots I grate, because these carrots were small, big, in between. They were like a whole bunch of different sizes.
This is like I don't even know how many ounces is in there, but
it's supposed to be a 5-pound bag of carrots.
Yeah. So roughly how many carrots?
Roughly, I use 6 baby carrots and 2 big ones so far. But we don't know yet if we're gonna use we don't know yet if we're gonna use all of this carrots. I'm just grating this last one to make sure, you know, I have enough, because I want that 4 cups of carrots. I like more carrots than less. Now, don't go grating your fingertips in the carrot cake now.
Yeah, that'll be be careful.
So, you know, they got machines that make life easy, but I ain't got those machines, so I do it the way I know how to do it. With old-fashioned grater.
Well, isn't that what makes it taste better?
All the love and work that goes into it.
Nah, the sweat and the blood and the tears.
Oh boy. It's the love and time and dedication and your energy and your wanting to put all that work into it.
I heard if you put your foot in it, it tastes even better at the end.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Okay. So this is the batter. These are my containers with my carrots. So I just do it like this, you know. That's 1 cup. Get all that good stuff. I got more down here, don't worry.
Yeah, I was about to say. We're a little short.
That's 2 cups. Three. 4 cups. No, don't come like my mom and say, you know, it ain't gonna hurt to just put the rest of carrots. Oh, well, I could use the carrots for something else. Especially if you saute it with some cabbage and you add a little bit of honey. That's very good. I used to eat that as a breakfast food when I was younger. My mom would make it, and for some reason, it was our thing. We loved it so much. Now I'm just mixing in the carrots. Mixing it into the batter. And as the carrots mix into the batter, you'll notice that the batter will become more liquidy.
It's gonna liquefy?
No, that's not going to liquefy. It just becomes more like not so
Right.
thick together, like a dough, but more like loose.
Now were
Becomes a batter, not a dough.
were these free range carrots? Were they hose fed or rain fed? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Well, they're
It didn't say
organic though,
nothing
right?
on that package.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope for the best.
See? At first it wouldn't do that. Now it can. So
Yeah.
now
See
I
it
add
already.
my 1 cup of pecans. So you can add whichever nuts you like, whichever nuts you prefer. Oh, and people, don't get shocked if when you're grating the carrot, your hand turns a little orange. It's natural. It'll wash off eventually in a few washes.
Yeah.
So this is my pecan. I'm putting 1 cup. You could put up to 1.5 cups. I'm putting 1 cup.
That's pretty much what was left in that bag.
Yeah. And then just put it in there. This is my mother's favorite cake. Every single birthday. Since I have baked carrot cake, she always requests to have a carrot cake. Okay, and I have my pan here that I already lined with wax paper. I lined around the edges too, and I just put a little bit of shortening to hold on to the paper as it's on the sides. I'm just gonna pour this in there. I'm not gonna pour all of it because I want a few cupcakes out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So that amount is good. I'll get my spatula. You could get a cake and like 6 or so cupcakes out of this. A nice sized cake too, not a little small cake, you know. I have kids, so cupcake is better. And if I do the mini cupcake, I could get a full 12 out of this. Maybe even like 18 because it's not much and it will take up a lot of space. So when it starts baking, so maybe even 18. I'll let you know then how much I get if I do the mini ones. Just scraping down the side, you know. Once you have everything though, a carrot cake isn't hard to make. It's easy because it's like literally just putting things together, putting the liquid stuff together, and then sieving the dry stuff, the dry ingredients, and then adding your carrots. And that's it, see? Got a good amount of batter here still left. And that's gonna make me a good amount of cupcakes. You're gonna preheat your oven to 350. And the cake is going to bake for approximately 35 to 40 minutes. So now that the oven is preheated to 350, we're going to proceed and put our cake in right there, right there. Close it up, and let's remember to set our timer. We'll do 35 minutes, and then if it needs the extra 5 minutes, then we'll put it back in. Then we'll add the time. Cake. Look at how nice that looks. Man. Now I want carrot cake.
All right, now it's time for the toothpick test.
Yeah, this is a toothpick test, and I'm just going to push it in the middle and bring it back up. There's nothing on it. It's nice and clean and dry. Now when I say this makes me want carrot cake, it's because I'm making this carrot cake, but it ain't mine. And it makes me want carrot cake now, not after carrot cake is already frosted and all cooled down and all of that. I want it nice and hot, just like this how it came out of the oven.
Yeah. From this to that to that. Yeah.
So this is my cupcake pan, and when it comes to carrot cake, I usually don't do the whole basting thing. I just take a little bit of shortening and put it on a napkin, rub it in the same way I would do with an aluminum pan. I just rub it in like that, you know, rub it all around, and then I add it. I do need a little bit more. This I already know, you know, I'm gonna have to wash this real good, this pan again. Yeah. I don't like the cupcake cups taking a little bit of my cupcakes with it. And I tend to wipe it on the actual pan, like the outside of the cups, in case I get any batter on there and it cooks, then, and while it bakes, then it's easy to come off. Or at least And again, I'm just using my 1/4 cup. I must really love this 1/4 cup thing. This is my measurement for everything. My go-to tool. This and my little spatula. Man. Imagine I tell Mama that I'll be making carrot cake, and the look she gave me was, remember, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
Can't make carrot cake and forget about my mom, cause she's gonna come for me.
Ain't no hiding it either.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're posting this.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. When did you make this?
She go timestamp it. And be like, I didn't get any text message that said, Ma, you could pass for some carrot cake or carrot cupcake or anything that has to do with carrot. You think I'm gonna make the dozen?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't have the baker's eye yet, so I would say yeah.
See how I'm making a mess? Making a mess. I'm gonna clean it up later though. I don't know exactly how long these ones are gonna bake for, so I'm gonna have to let y'all know when it's done baking. I think we might be one short of a dozen. We can't stretch the butter, so one shot of a dozen. I'm trying to get all of it, you know, leave none of that good stuff. I know a little bit still in here. Like I try to clean it up good and add it to something.
You got most of it.
Yeah, let's see. Which one need I leave it more? Just put it in a one. There you go. Almost had a whole dozen. I just clean up around the edges. I'm not gonna give myself more work for later. Edges cleaned up. And now my cupcakes get into the oven. I'll put it for 20 minutes. That should be enough. Or maybe I'll put it for 18 and then if it needs a little bit more, then I'll just put it for like 2 more minutes and then see from there. So we'll do 18 minutes. If it needs more time, I'll let you know.
Time for the toothpick test.
It's done. So 18 minutes was good enough. I pulled up a carrots. Damn. I'm trying to sample the carrots. Now the middle one was done. I'm gonna put it back in for like.
Well, explain what you're doing.
Okay, see, it came out with a lot of moisture still on it. So I'm gonna just put it back in for like 3 more minutes.
All right.
So I use this. This is, I don't even know what exactly
It's a
this
butter
is
knife.
called. It's not exactly a butter knife.
It's a paring. It's one of them things you use to spread butter. It's a butter spreader knife thing.
It's something like that. But
Yeah.
anyways, when I figure out the name of it, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I just do like this and see, it pops out very easily. That's why I don't really worry about doing a whole coat of anything to the bottom. I just put a little bit of shortening and that's it. When it comes to my carrot cake and banana ones, that's all I do. Put a little bit of shortening.
Nice.
See?
It looks like it'll just come out.
Yeah, it can just come out.
Without you doing that.
Yeah. But you know, I make life easy because I don't want to have anything else to wash. So I'm gonna take one and pop that bad boy open. Look at the sponge of it. Look at the sponge of it. Man, look, look, look. Oof. You see how it comes right back up?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It's nice and hydrated.
Yep.
Not
And you
dry.
see the nuts, even distribution of nuts.
Nice and springy.
Mm-hmm. Bouncy to the touch. And I'm sorry, but you know, I wanted cake from the cake came out. The cupcake's out now, so this is the carrot cake after it's been cooled completely. I'm just releasing it and I'm taking off the sides. And then I'm going to take it from the bottom, nice and moist. And I'm just going to take off the paper. Let it set. I'm going to pull out the paper. And this is, let me make sure it's centered. This is the carrot cake. And I'm going to put some cream cheese frosting on it that I made in a previous video. And I don't have a icing bag, so I'm using a Ziploc bag and I just cut off the tip. I'm not fancy at, you know, frosting, so I just do what works for me. To get the frosting on. See, my son is already ready for the cake. Just try to get a good amount in the middle. Usually I don't like putting the whole frosting on the side of the cake, but I will. Make sure I have enough frosting on it before I start evening it out. And I just make small swipes with it. Like, I don't add no force or anything. I just let it rub, let it glide on top of it. Usually this is how I would leave it, just the top, and add some nuts to it, but I'm gonna do the whole side. So I'm just going to add some frosting around the edges like that, like closest to the edge as I can go. And then I just push downwards like that. And just do like that, and then I come back to where I started to push it down, and I just rub it in. Then I just look at the side, make sure everything is covered. And if I need some more, I just add some more to the top. And then I go in again and I just push it down. And then for the edges, I put some on it, like the piece here where it hasn't gone in. So I just put some like on the side, and I do like that to kind of like fill it in. And I do it till it's like entirely filled in.
1, 2, 3,
So this is the carrot cake after I've frosted it. I've closed up everything. So now I'm just going to garnish it a little by adding some nuts. So you could add your nuts however you want to add it. Make it look nice and pretty. You could use pieces, you could use the whole ones. Too far. Just evenly space them out when you're doing it. That's the carrot cake. Carrot cake.